New York City is facing a migrant crisis like never before. Thousands of asylum seekers have been arriving in the city from the southern border, mostly bussed in by Republican states that are at odds with the Biden administration's immigration policies. The city's shelter system is overwhelmed, its social services are strained, and its budget is under pressure. To address this situation, Mayor Eric Adams has declared a state of emergency, the first of its kind in the city's history. He said that the influx of migrants will cost the city $1 billion this fiscal year, and that more federal and state aid is needed to cope with the humanitarian challenge. He also announced plans to set up emergency relief centers, enroll migrant children in schools, and explore a program for New Yorkers to host asylum seekers in their homes. But not everyone is happy with the mayor's response. Some critics have accused him of being too soft on immigration, while others have questioned his legal authority to declare a state of emergency. Some have also expressed concerns about the impact of the migrant crisis on public health, safety, and quality of life in the city. How will the mayor's declaration affect the city and its residents? Will it help resolve the migrant crisis or make it worse? And what role does the federal government play in this situation? These are some of the questions we will explore in this video, as we look at how Eric Adams wants to decompress immigrants in NYC. Eric Adams is not happy with the way the White House is handling immigration. He thinks they are being irresponsible and neglecting the needs of immigrants in NYC. He wants to see real immigration reform that would provide a pathway to citizenship for undocumented immigrants, protect their rights and dignity, and support their integration into the city's economy and society. He believes that immigrants are vital to NYC's diversity, culture, and innovation, and that they deserve respect and recognition from the federal government. He also wants to decompress immigrants from the stress and trauma they face in their journey to the U.S. and in their daily lives. He plans to do this by providing them with access to mental health services, legal assistance, education, and job opportunities. He says that by decompressing immigrants, he will help them thrive and contribute to NYC's recovery and growth. Eric Adams, the mayor of New York City, has proposed a decompression strategy to help migrants integrate into the city and find housing, education, health care, and employment opportunities. He also said he was exploring a program for New Yorkers to volunteer to host asylum seekers in their homes. What does this strategy mean? According to Adams, it means establishing plans to settle the migrants in the U.S. prior to entry, creating a system to fairly distribute newcomers regionally, and providing them with support services and resources. He said he wanted to make New York City a model for welcoming and assisting migrants who are fleeing violence and persecution in their home countries. However, his plan has faced some challenges and criticism. First, he has received only a fraction of the federal aid he applied for to manage the asylum seeker crisis. He asked for $350 million from the Federal Emergency Management Agency, FEMA, but only got $30 million. He said this was disappointing and woefully insufficient for a city that has sheltered more than 60,000 asylum seekers in the last year. Second, he has faced opposition from some officials representing towns in upstate New York, who have rebuked his plan to send migrants to their towns for shelter. They said they were not consulted or informed about his proposal, and that they lacked the capacity and resources to accommodate the influx of migrants. Third, he has been accused of being out of touch with the reality of the border situation and the needs of the migrants. Some critics have said that his plan is unrealistic, impractical, and insensitive to the humanitarian crisis at the southern border. They argued that he should focus on addressing the root causes of migration and improving the conditions and processing of asylum seekers at the border. Despite these challenges and criticisms, Adams has defended his plan as a compassionate and pragmatic solution to a complex problem. He said he was committed to working with federal and state authorities, as well as local communities and organizations, to implement his decompression strategy. He also said he was hopeful that more New Yorkers would volunteer to host asylum seekers in their homes, as a way of showing solidarity and generosity.